Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kennesaw State Owls Dynasty here on College Football 25. We're here from Miami, Florida at Pitbull Stadium, Mr. Worldwide, taking on the FIU Golden Panthers, the reigning Conference USA champions. Although it has been a rough start for the Golden Panthers this year, as they've started 3-3, and they are without starting quarterback Keyone Jenkins. Our Kennesaw State Owls come off their second win of the year, now 2-4, as we've won 2 of our last 3 after losing the first 3 games to start this year 2 season. Rainy day here in Miami, as you would expect here at the opening kickoff, as we're now underway from Pitbull Stadium. Our Owls looking for our second conference win, 3rd win of the season overall. Good coverage that time. FIU going to start at the 14. There's head coach Josh Terry, and there's Haden Carlson, the senior quarterback, just 1 for 5 in his college career as he took over for Keyone Jenkins towards the end of last week's loss against Liberty. We're going to try and rattle Carlson early on this week, especially here in the rainy weather. Now he will fake it to the running back there and gets that ahead for the first. And they're going to bring hurry up now as Carlson goes to the back. And he's taken down in the backfield. There's Donovan Westmoreland there in backside pursuit as he racks up the TFL. Good to see him getting going, making a play early on this week. Now 2nd and 11. And again, they get to the back, and again, he's going to be taken down in the backfield. That time, Tyler Anger, who we actually plucked from Florida, I believe from Deerfield Beach, Florida, as he came to Kennesaw State, making a big impact as a true freshman on 3rd and 15. Carlson, plenty of time to throw. Plenty of time, and just going to get rid of that one. Maybe could have ran it up the sideline to try and pick up the first down, but he just throws that one away, plays it a little too safe. As our defense, a big stand here, played the run very well. As we do force the punt, Gavin Garcia, fair catch there at the 42. Impact players for FIU. Hezekiah Massis, one of the top corners in the nation, in the conference at 87 overall. And they said Keyone Jenkins, although he is hurt, as the FIU Panthers without their starting quarterback. Now good field position here for the Owls. Benyard gets just 1. 2nd and 9 now. We'll go back to the run game here. Benyard does find a lane. Good run, spins off a tackle, gets ahead for 13. Good runs there from Benyard to start the game now. Garcia, the leading rusher in the Conference USA, checks into the backfield. We're going to bring pressure. We have a man there towards the sideline. That's Carson Kent. He hauls that one in down the field. Carson Kent. And he brings that for 40 as Devon Stanzi hooks up on our first pass attempt of the day. The freshman quarterback has really gotten comfortable more and more each week. That time working towards the right side of the field. Sets and throws, and that's Carson Kent. Good route there, separation. We're not really accustomed to seeing Kent stretch it down the field, more of just a 7-8 yard per catch kind of guy. But we'll certainly take that result now. A 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. We have there for Benyard. Benyard still working, gets brought down at the 1. Now 2nd and goal at the 1. Goes Z spot. Honestly, I am pretty comfortable, I feel like, throwing the ball at the goal line in this game. 2nd and goal at the 1. Stanzi. And just roll to the right, try and win with his legs here as he's forced out. Nothing doing. 3rd and goal. Could just run it here maybe twice, but I think we'll try a Y stick instead. Stanzi takes the snap. We have a man there. And we do get it there for Darnell. I didn't know if he was going to be able to stay in bounds. And it's wide open there at the sideline as he gets into the end zone. And Devon Stanzi, a good drive here to start the day. A big hit to Carson Kent to get the passing game going. As that's Rowan Darnell, a junior tight end, just kind of buried on the depth chart as he does get out there for his first touchdown. FIU back out there starting at the 15. I'm going to go back to the ground game. Shamari Lawrence gets 1. FIU hurries back to the line. Michael Pettigrew, freshman linebacker, making his first career start as Lawrence drops that one out of the backfield as FIU really struggling early on. Poor execution to start the day for the Panthers as they do get the screen though for Lawrence, but he will be stopped short. Big hit there from Sidney Porter working downhill. He's been super reliable on when he's working on his angles, going downhill in pursuit against the run, against dump-offs. As I think he did have an interception last week or the week before, another fair catch from Garcia. An audible here for Z under. As Kennesaw State up 7-0, taking over at the 38 now. FIU does some pressure, and we have Dobson there as he can't hang on. Second down now, Garcia the back as he gets his first carry of the game. And he'll get 6. Now we'll go X spot here at a pistol trips. We'll just have Ken as an extra blocker. Work this one towards the far side of the field. Stanzi on the move being chased, and we're just going to have to get rid of that one. A good defensive stand from FIU. As Kennesaw State can have to punt for the first time. FIU back out there on offense just about halfway through this first quarter. We'll go back for Lawrence, or fake it to Lawrence. The man there open at the sideline, as that'll go for 16. First down, FIU hurries back now at the 46. They'll fake it again for Lawrence. I'm just going to dump that off for the tight end that gets 6 yards. Staying in the hurry up, we'll go cover 2 man. They will give again for the run, and again that's Tyler Anger breaking free, or breaking in, and causing havoc. Another tackle for loss there against the run. Now forces a 3rd and 7. They'll fake it for Lawrence. Being chased, breaks a sack, still going, and then finally brought down. Donovan Westmoreland gets the sack. I think Jordan Miles was there on initial contact, but we'll take another sack here. Our defensive front playing very well early on against the Panthers. As Jordan Miles, as I said, the senior DN, we've been having really strong edge play, especially for Miles. Westmoreland has bigger flashes, but maybe not as consistent as our defense. Dominant start to this game. Haven't really seen a start on defense like this, maybe all season, all Dynasty so far. As again, we'll just fair catch this with Garcia. The Owls back with the ball, as we'll give for Gabriel Benyard. Finds the lane, Benyard still going, as he'll get 9, although I think it is coming back. So that one sets us back now, 1st and 20. Got Dobson there off the RPO, as we do get a couple blocks. Dobson fighting ahead, gets 13. Now 2nd and 7, we'll go halfback dive here. 2 tight ends on the field. As Benyard stood up there after 6 yards, we'll hurry it back here on 3rd and 1. Go with power with a heavy front, as Benyard gets head for the first. Definitely have to keep an emphasis on the running game going back to our wins against Georgia State and UTEP. It's first down at the 39. Get back to Garcia. Gets 4. Go tight end in here. Put Moss on a speed out. Was covered. Sat in the pocket too long. We had A wide open too. We had Carson Kent. And we sat in the pocket way too long. Now going to be 3rd and 11. FIU an impact play on defense for the first time, as they do get the sack. Stanzi takes the snap. Go over the middle of the field, try and get that one for Bohannon, as it's in the hands of a defender. Drive stalls out here. Thought it looked promising, but that sack, we got a little too reluctant on that drop back with Stanzi, as it ended in a sack. Forced to 3rd and 11, and now we punt, as that'll be fair call at the 21. 1:28 remaining in this first quarter. Carlson back out there trying to get something going on offense here for the Panthers. Shamari Lawrence another carry, only 1. Now 2nd and 9 at the 22. And they'll go back to the run game here for Lawrence, as he'll fight ahead for the first. And I think I did mention Michael Pettigrew making his first start at linebacker. We had Tosh Fatt, another freshman, as we do get the sack, and he's going to recover that. Donovan Westmoreland got in there before I could even see the play develop, and Sidney Porter in on the blitz, able to recover it. And that marked back-to-back weeks. Sidney Porter an interception last week, a fumble recovery this week, as he secured 2 turnovers in back-to-back weeks. Donovan Westmoreland really coming alive here. He was kind of a second-half player for us last year, and now to start the second half of this season, having a huge day. The defense forces a turnover. Now the Owls in a prime spot to add on here, taking over just outside the red zone. Go jet touch pass here for Benyard, as he's wrapped up there. Very good diagnosis from Dwight Nuno, as he read that one tremendously. Got in there to make the stop. No audible here to smash. Stanzi. Gonna roll to the left, have the man over the middle. That's Dobson. He hauls that in and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. And this just feels a little too easy for some reason, but you can't get complacent, as we've seen us blow leads time and time again this season. But it's great. A 14-point lead pending the extra point here early on in the first quarter. The defense is dominating, if not before, certainly now, after Donovan Westmoreland forces that fumble on the sack. And promptly we come out on offense as Danzy tosses another touchdown. Now 5 for 8, 77 yards on the day. And as I kind of touched on earlier, he's just getting stronger and stronger, better and better, more mature each week, as our Owls up 14-0. Now FIU kind of slipping in this one. You kind of need points at this point if you want to restore any sense of confidence, momentum. Now 2nd and 7, they'll stay in the hurry up with just seconds remaining here. Time for one last snap as they'll swing that out towards the near sideline. Q Billingsley there, a stop on Shamari Lawrence, who's now shaken up a little bit, as that will take us into the second quarter. A 14-0 start here for Kennesaw State. Very good play on defense, which has kind of headlined our performance here today. Going back just a few weeks ago, our defensive effort was just horrid, but last week only allowed 21 points or so, as that was the least amount we've allowed all season. So we're growing each week. It's a process here, building up this Kennesaw State school, but it seems very promising here in the past few weeks. Winners in 2 of our last 3, as we're setting the tone here today for another conference win. That one a good wrap up there, although they do get the first on 3rd down. Also on the field in some packages, we'll have freshman corner Zeke Shockey, like the aforementioned Tyler Anger, another Florida high school recruit that we brought in. Ended up being the highest overall from our year 1 recruiting class at 73 overall. Also a gem prospect, so he's probably going to develop maybe into a 90 overall player at some point. Another give here for FIU. They get 6 up the middle. And Shockey actually on the field here to the left of the screen at corner. Audible's acting all funky though. Not really sure what's going on. They go back to the run. 3rd and 2, and we get the stop. That is Adam Watkins, the senior D tackle, as FIU has really struggled to establish any sense of identity, continuity on offense so far, as that punt from the 46 goes out at the 25. That punt for only a 31-yard net, so even the special teams unit not really getting the job done here for FIU, but a good run stop there from Cole Gustafson. Now 2nd and 9, will go stick. Stanzi will just swing that out for Garcia, wide open there up the sideline, as he'll be taken down after 13. Good composure there from Stanzi, going through his progressions and then just taking the dump off for an easy chunk. Now we'll go to Benyard on the ground, breaks the tackle, hit hard, good 9-yard gain, although a penalty will bring it back. Go RPO alert bubble, but probably just going to give it to Garcia here. As that the wrong read, a good tackle there off a block. That's going to go for a loss. Now 2nd and 17. We'll go back to the run here off the RPO for Garcia. He'll get 2. Garcia a little slow to get going, but Benyard has had a couple of good carries. Now 3rd and 15, Stanzi. Gonna try and get Bohannon over the middle. He does get him, as Bohannon, we haven't heard his name called in a few weeks actually. Usually our go-to guy there on 3rd down, as he's living back up to that brand, moving the ball now across midfield into FIU territory, setting up at the 46. And we'll go for Garcia. Really nothing doing there, just 2. We'll go triple option here for Benyard. As Stanzi just going to keep, actually, nothing doing. Now we'll go wide trail here. Hopefully get Benyard for the first. Stanzi takes the snap. Covered very well. We'll go downfield for Kent. And Carson Kent drops it, coming back to it wide open. And he dropped it. I feel like we always have a big Carson Kent. As we are going to punt here from the 45. Not really sure. I'm not sure how well I'll do in a spot like this, so close. And I am kind of just tempted to go for it instead, but our defense has been playing well, so we'll try and just pin it back a little bit here. And I'm not sure how this one's going to go. Wow, horrible bounce for us as it goes all the way back to the 26, so that one just a 19-yard net. Yeah, the backspin can be crazy. That hopped back maybe another 10-15 yards. FIU trying to get points still for the first time. As Pettigrew, we had him back there in user lurking his first career college game, and then we had the interception in the hands, but he does drop it. As a holding call will now make it 1st and 20. Michael Pettigrew, we wanted that one, the gem 3-star linebacker. Going to give him 4 games, redshirt him like we did with Tosh Vatinikun. A lot of time to throw there, as he does find his man on the comeback. Good poise there from Carlson, finds his man on the extended play. First down as we hit the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Carlson going to keep, and he's going to be wrapped up after 6. 2nd and 4 to 41. Fake there for Lawrence, again going to be brought down, and Donovan Westmoreland's big day continues. He was Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week back when we beat Georgia State, and on pace to maybe get that again. As Carlson goes and almost intercepted by Tyler Holland, breaking on that one. Carlson a little bit late on that throw, stared him down a second or two too long, and Tyler Holland able to react on that one. Almost had an interception, but a little slippery here in the rain. Garcia will give a chance on the return. Good spin, forced ahead as he keeps his balance, gets to the 45. A short field here to work with, just 55 yards to pay dirt. As Kennesaw State going to try and close out this half strong. Go play action slide. Try and get a man downfield for Kent. And off the hands of the DB. Stanzi maybe a little too greedy that time, but we are feeling a little more confident than we usually do back there, as we try to hit that downfield shot now. 4:11 remaining, 2nd and 10. Go to Garcia trying to stay patient. He takes that ahead for 4. 3rd and 6, Y stick. Just hopefully Kent on a quick hitch here. It looked like it was covered up, and good pass rush there off our left edge. As Stanzi was sitting right there for Steven Shannon, who worked right by Dodge Soser there at left tackle. As Florida International, a big stop there towards midfield. And they're going to get the ball back here. Under 3 minutes now left in the half. Kick is up. That one fair caught at the 19. Our punts in this game just have not been good. I feel like we've been pretty good in that aspect most of the years. We do have our dime set out there, and of course they counter with a run. As Lawrence took that ahead a good bit. Now down to the 33. FIU trying to put together a little 2-minute drill here. As they go right back to Lawrence, he's going to be brought down, a team effort. As that one went for 5, they hurry back here. 2nd and 5 at the 38. They'll go back to Lawrence, stopped on the edge there by Jordan Miles. FIU hurrying back, trying to get another playoff here before the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5 at the 38. They will get the playoff fake. And again, going to be, oh no, breaks the sack there from Westmoreland. Going to just cock back and fire down the field. Trying to just make something happen. As our defense hangs strong again here, just dominating this first half of play. As 14 points has been more than enough for us. As now Garcia going to take that. As he was in stride, takes that to the 37. So again, we have a chance to extend this lead. I think, at worst case, we want to get a field goal to close out this half, make it 3 possessions as Benyard breaks ahead for the first. Now at the 48, we'll go mesh corner. Put Benyard on a slant instead, though. Stanzi takes the snap. Going to roll to the right now, just get rid of that one. We go wide cross flood. Stanzi takes the snap. Well covered. We're just going to try and scramble here. And we'll slide. We'll get down to the 40 as we'll start hurrying it back. And our audibles are messed up this week. I don't know if it has to do with like being on the road, but we can't see our audibles for some reason. As that has kind of hampered us. We would like to go for a run right here, but not going to let us. So we got to stick here. Stanzi takes the snap. We'll go for Bohannon there. On the quick out, we get 8. Now 2nd and 2 at the 32. We still have all our time, or I have 2 timeouts. Kind of tempted to maybe get Kent there up the seam, but we'll just go with a run instead. Trying to let Garcia make something happen here, get us closer in field goal range. Garcia going to take a good blocking. As takes that for 7. Now less than a minute here in the half. We're going to try play action cross. Stands on the play action. We'll just dump that off for Garcia. Has space to run, but he drops it. Garcia not used to making plays there as a pass catcher. And that one was a gift for him. I think he would have maybe finished there to get into the end zone. But instead it goes for a drop. Nice here. We'll just go 4 verts. Not typically something we call, but see if one of these guys can beat the press. Even though there will be safety help over the top. We'll roll to the right. Stanley's going to sit. Try and get Wallace there coming back to it. He does make the catch. And we'll hurry back again. We'll go inside zone here. We still have 2 timeouts. We can afford to call a run. And then call a timeout. For Benyard, trying to stay patient, wrapped up there after 4. As we do have 1 more timeout remaining. 14-0 here to close out this first half. Trying to get back into the end zone. Now 2nd and 6. And if you watched last week's episode, we ran this play rollout flood a couple times. We have the extra help from the blockers. So worst case, if Moss or Dobson don't get open, I think we could at least run it with Stanzi. And we do have a man open there, Dobson, and it's picked off. Dobson just did not attack the ball, as this is going to go, this is going to go all the way back. Come on, Moss. Come on, Moss. And he can't make the tackle, and that's Hezekiah Massis, I believe, who we outlined earlier. And what a swing that is. Instead of being 21-0, it's 14-7, a 14-point swing. As the Golden Panthers can't find the end zone all half. And all it took was it's uncanny. We're going to make some type of mistake in there. We maybe could have just ran it, but kind of a soft one there. Stanzi just kind of lobs it up. And that's one of the best corners in the conference, if not the best corner in the conference, Hezekiah Massis. As he'll take that back over 100 yards for the house call. And what a flip. As that kind of, shades of that Seahawks-Patriots Super Bowl. Throwing it there at the goal line. I even said earlier I'm confident in my abilities of passing there, inside the 10 at the goal line. And there, a clean read, but just not a good ball from Stanzi. As now the Golden Panthers on the board, 14-7. Now here's Tykeem Wallace. Had a catch, I think probably his first catch of the year on that last Kennesaw State drive. And I can't believe we just threw a pick 6. Not only an interception, but a pick 6 in that spot. As Stanzi now has gone cold. We'll just give Benyard a chance here as he gets ahead for a few. And that will bring us into the half. Our defense absolutely dominated. Didn't give up any points. Leave it to our offense to allow the other team to put points on the board. 3 sacks, a forced fumble there from Donovan Westmoreland. I think we're going to need to get another turnover here if we want to hang on. Although FIU is really struggling, with a backup quarterback, really struggling to establish any sense of identity on offense. But Devon Stanzi been up and down this week. Started off very well. That interception is going to haunt me. There's always one. And how does Massis not go out of bounds there? How does nobody catch him? How does nobody bring him down there in that tight congestion? And I'm not sure the best way of trying to bring someone down in that spot there. I feel like the dive tackle, it doesn't work. So I don't know if there's really even a way to bring down a ball carrier there in that spot. But Stanzi, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 to the other team. So I guess to make it 3 total. As we do get the ball here to start the half. Going to try and establish the run heavy now. And try to just drain the rest of this game. Wallace will just do it again here. As he'll work that to the 26. We'll see how Devon Stanzi responds after that bonehead interception. As we'll get for Benyard to start this one. Spins off a tackle. Gets 8. Going to keep mixing in the tandem here of Garcia and Benyard. Although I think Benyard's been the more dynamic runner here today. As Garcia gets another one. Gets for a first down. Garcia, though, as I mentioned earlier, the leading rusher in the Conference USA. As he transferred over from Kent State this past year 1 offseason. And Benyard now in injury timeout. So probably going to have a little impact on the wear and tear. And our Owls a lot of chances to, extend our lead. But just couldn't deliver. As Garcia will get it. Nothing doing. Now 3rd and 7. We're going to go deep curl. But we'll actually put Kent on a curl there with that safety over the top, unless that linebacker off the edge kind of, veers off there into coverage. The linebacker does blitz, though, as they bring pressure, and we sit there too long with Stanzi getting rattled now as we go on. We were so comfortable and composed in the pocket, but now kind of overthinking things a little bit as FIU is starting to get some pressure on us. But Joshua Hewitt has had a ton of punts. That one, hopefully we get the bounce. As we do. And that's out at the 20. It took me a second to realize, and that just barely bounced there into the end zone for the touchback. Just, a couple inches there from a big difference in field position. Now FIU out there for the first time. As they do have points now. 14-7 to start this second half. They'll go Shamari Lawrence. And Danius Johnson, a good read and reaction to make the play. Now 2nd and 3. We go right back to Lawrence. Breaks a couple tackles, still going, brought down to the 35. FIU staying in tempo. First down at the 35. Just over 8.5 remaining here in the third. Play action there to Lawrence. Carlson, plenty of time. Breaks a sack, and then again going to be brought down. All of these, just coverage sacks pretty much, maybe besides like one. As Miles and Westmoreland team up again. As I want to say now, Westmoreland 2.5 sacks, 3 sacks, a forced fumble. Jordan Miles, a sack and a half, 2 sacks. I can't keep track, as we've been in the in their backfield for a good majority of this game. That's really been the turning point for our defense. Looking back, most of the early games we just had no pass rush, but now with that, really changes it up, allows you to do a lot more. Although FIU, 2nd and 15, they go with the run, and that's going to go for a big one, 35 yards. As they break it, maybe the deepest they've been in Owls territory so far in this game. And they go play action. And right off the play action, Tyler Anger, the freshman, gets home. D tackle, whatever you want to call him. But he's a force, as that maybe his 4th sack, 5th sack already of his freshman season. And now FIU going to be set back 2nd and 16. Tyler Anger, Donovan Westmoreland, Jordan Miles, have yourself a day. As Carlson going to have a man there, and he missed him. I don't know if the receiver just didn't see that one coming at him or what, but Carlson looked like he hit his spot there, going vertically up the field. Miscommunication, 3rd and 16, Carlson. Plenty of time to throw again, and he'll be brought down. Donovan Westmoreland again, a coverage sack. And Carlson just cannot get rid of it. I don't know if it's, the lack of experience or what, but he's really struggled. And he's taken a lot of sacks. The most our pass rush has done all year. As Westmoreland again just causing havoc there off our left edge of the defense. And the ongoing theme here now. Another punt for FIU. Strike that. A roughing the kicker against Taiwan Christopher changes the outlook now. As FIU catches another break. Now Carlson will keep on the option. Nothing doing, loses 4. We haven't had an offense look so bad against us at any point this season. Or last season for that matter. Carlson again going to keep on the option. Nothing doing. You can't really hit any throws, so instead they're just trying to let him do something on the ground, I guess. 3rd and 14, they'll try and set up a screen. And they will get it. Just barely they get the first down, in FIU, just surviving these close plays by the skin of their teeth. It was that pick 6 at the goal line, now that punt that got called back after the penalty. And now just like that, 1st and 10 inside the red zone for FIU. And now Carlson again will keep, brought down after 2. 2nd and 8, 5 minutes remaining in the third. And they go back to Lawrence. Good blocking up ahead. Shamari Lawrence going to break in for the touchdown. And just like that, FIU has tied it up. A game in which they have no business being in. They have now drawn back even. As I mentioned earlier, we have never, we've struggled so much to close out games. 14-0 early on there in the first, second quarter. We had a bunch of opportunities to extend the lead, but just failed to do so. Then that pick 6 where we should have had a touchdown. Then, we just forced a punt. We get called back with the penalty. And FIU getting all the bounces here that they need in this comeback effort. Now 14-14 with this pending extra point, as that is up and good. And now we have a new ball game here from Pitbull Stadium. Less than 5 now left in the third. I see there Alabama defeats Oklahoma 14-7 in a ranked matchup. I meant to call it fair catch, but it was looking at the ticker there. We get back to the 25 though. Gonna go load option here. As Stanzi just gonna keep that for a couple. 2nd and 8, Garcia the back. And see, we'll get the carry. Can't win the edge that time. Brought down for a 1-yard loss. Gonna go halfback circle here, 3rd and 9. Can't have a 3 and out if you're Kennesaw State. And we'll have Benyard there. He can't catch that one wide open. And I think he might have needed it there in stride. As again, we're forced to punt. And this is not fun anymore. It was once fun, but certainly not fun anymore, as we do get a nice bounce that time down to the 19. I think that one for over 50 yards, so we'll take that punt. But FIU now a chance to take the lead, as it's been their game since the late stages there in the first half. A big run there for Lawrence to start. They'll hurry it back now to the 34-yard line. And play action now. Gonna go over the middle, and Dynasty Johnson with the interception. We needed a turnover here to spark us, as Dynasty Johnson, the Conference USA All-American, 89, 87 overall linebacker, whatever he is, the top player on our roster. Only a junior with impact dev, so we think he might end up being our first draft pick in this Dynasty series. Dynasty Johnson, a difference maker on defense, as he makes the huge play here to spark us late in the 3rd. All right, now we just have to capitalize off it. We'll go option here for Garcia. Stays patient. Garcia gets some space now. Garcia spins off a tackle. Still working up the sideline. He gets 25. Now first down at the 24. Big play there from Gavin Garcia. Now Benyard breaks an arm tackle as he gets ahead for 10. Now 2nd and inches. Garcia back out there. And he'll work this to the outside. Garcia gets the block there. Garcia into the end zone as he finishes what he started after that big run. He gets it again a couple plays later and gets the lead back for Kennesaw State. Garcia has really taken over. In our first 2 wins, he's really taken over the second half. And now down the stretch, we're going to rely on him. Of course, him and Benyard, but Garcia usually is the closer for us as he puts us back on top. It was great to see Kennesaw State get points off that turnover, retake the lead, but we'll see now how FIU responds. Will swing that out near sideline. Big tackle there underneath by Brandon Hillman for the loss. 2nd and 11 as they'll stay in tempo. 2 minutes now left in the 3rd. Carlson will give to Lawrence, and he'll be closed off there. Really nothing doing. 3rd down, injury timeout. 3rd and 7 at the 19. A stop here would be huge for the Owls. Gonna try and set up a screen. And Lawrence just stopped short. Good tackle there. I think that might have been Q Billingsley. 1:17 remaining. At this point, you got to think if you get a field goal, a touchdown, you're pretty safe with a 2-possession lead with the way FIU has been moving the ball on offense. Now Garcia bursts through across midfield that time for 17. As I said, Gavin Garcia going to take over here down the stretch. Now we'll go by Haden on the RPO, mix the pass back in as he'll get 9. Now the last play here of the 3rd quarter. If we get it off, we will not. So 21-14 going into the 4th, as we struggled here kind of, since the first quarter. It's been a struggle. We had a bunch of opportunities to extend our lead. As we see there, Oregon #1 as Texas fell last week, and then fall out of the #1 spot. Clemson, Texas A&M, and Arkansas there also in the top 4, as we need a strong effort here to close out this game. 2nd and 1, 37. We'll give it back to Garcia, and so get the first. Now first down to the 33. We'll try flanker drive here. Go away from the run for a play, as we'll have a man underneath there, Christian Moss. Good spin move there at the sideline. Christian Moss gets ahead for 18. Can't be super predictable, as that, mixing it up pays off for us. Now we'll go halfback dive. First down, starting to chew a little bit of clock as Garcia gets 2. 2nd and 8. Give to Garcia. Good patience from Garcia. Patience and burst are the, factors he kind of plays with, and it shows out. 3rd and 4 now at the 8-yard line. If Stick might just want to go with a run, but I kind of like Stick in this spot. Stanzi gonna go over the middle as we're almost intercepted. I try to get Moss to play the body there and get in front of that one, but when I tried to switch over to him, it didn't work. But luckily, we do not turn that one over. That would have been absolutely pitiful in that spot. But we'll take the chip shot here with Britton Williams to make it a 2-possession game, as that is up and good. Britton Williams still perfect on field goal attempts on extra points this season, now 24-14. 8:44 left in this game. FIU with it at the 17, 10-point deficit. As they'll go back to the running game, only one. Shamari Lawrence on the call, as now they fake it to him. Open man at the sideline, but jumps way out of bounds for that one. As FIU going to hurry it back despite the incompletion. Interesting strategy. As Kennesaw State struggling to get set, we finally do. 39 at the 18. A lot of time to throw. And does have a man there. Finally gets it off, but stops short. Now 4th and inches at the 26. And they are just going to punt it. As that's an unfortunate stop for the Golden Panthers. Just short. And they give it right back to Kennesaw State, who's going to obviously look to just burn more clock. 7:51 now at the 34. 6 sacks today for Kennesaw State. Our pass rush just really coming alive here in recent games. Go back for Garcia. Gets up there for 3. Garcia now at 94 yards. 2 or 3 100-yard performances already on this season. And it's now 2nd and 7 at the 37. I'll go back to him. Cut back the other way. 3 yards. 3rd and 4. 3 tight ends out there. We're actually going to go drive instead of a run. As we'll have a man underneath there. That Darnell had the touchdown earlier. And he drops that one. Must be super slippery out here in the rain. As we have had a few bad drops, as had FIU. So, you know, both teams playing with those factors. Hewitt another punt, this time from the 40. As it'll be fair caught there at the 21. Now 6:26 remaining in the game. FIU still down 2 possessions. They'll go back for Lawrence. Bust this one outside. Good gain there from Lawrence. Pushed out at the 42. With that, Lawrence now at 100 yards. Exactly the 3rd leading rusher in Conference USA. As we have Garcia, who's number 1. Now again, Carlson going to keep. Breaks the tackle and then hit hard there. Taking a beating here today. And then Sean Watford there down on the injury timeout. Now 6:07 left. 2nd and 6 at the 46. Delay give there for Lawrence. Room to go at the near sideline. 1st down. Next week we host Middle Tennessee State for our 2nd to last home game. So we'll have a few visits there. And then our last week to schedule visits comes in week 14, week 13. And that will be against Louisiana Tech, who's currently 0-6 on the season. So 1st down now for FIU at the 33. Go back to Lawrence. And he'll be brought down after 2. As I mentioned last week, though, really liking how this game is kind of going. Adam Watkins, a big stop there at the line. I've been getting, more acclimated each game. And it's certainly a challenge. It's not easy to win games here in this game. But we're playing very well here in recent weeks. A lot of time to throw again, as our coverage has been on point. And, it is a work in progress. I'm still kind of tinkering with some sliders and all that. So let me know if you have any suggestions of what I should maybe adjust. Again, a lot of time to throw there for Chapman, and it's going to be intercepted by Jam Warren. We're going to try and let him make a play there up the sideline, but it's been a huge struggle for FIU in this game. Obviously, going to your backup quarterback is never easy, especially when you have lack of experience. Keyone Jenkins, for the Panthers, tore it up for them last year against us, and now he's proving to be a major loss for their offense. Just nothing doing for Chapman. He's had time to throw at points, but those coverage sacks just really eating him up, as that's the 3rd turnover forced by this Kennesaw State defense. Only 1 touchdown allowed. Of course, the first one was by way of pick 6. Now Benyard gets 2. Now 2nd and 8, just burning clock. As Garcia staying patient, gets 5. Now less than 4 minutes remaining in the game. 3rd and 3. We'll go for Gabriel Benyard, gets the 1st down. And that's going to do wonders here for the Owls as we try to close this game out. FIU's still very much in it, but it just doesn't feel like it. And now another 1st down carry for Benyard, gets 5. An audible here to drive with the 3 tight ends out there again. Stanzi. Let's go underneath for Darnell. As he hangs on to that one, gets the 1st down. And that one did take us into the 2-minute warning. So I'm going to assume FIU will now start to call timeouts and try to force a punt here. Garcia the carry, as FIU does start now to call timeouts. 24-14 here, post 2-minute warning. The Owls close to victory. Garcia a little banged up on the wear and tear, so we'll rely a little more on Benyard here down the stretch. He gets the carry, nothing doing as FIU burns their second timeout. Here we'll go Z spot, 3rd and 9. First down, pretty much wins the game. Stanzi throwing off his back foot for Dobson as we're stopped short there. 4th and 1. And I think we'll just bring out the offense for the win. 4th and 1 here at the 42. They were super adamant about us going halfback angle, and I do love that, so we will just roll with it. 1:48 remaining here. 4th and 1. FIU down by 10. This is the game. Stanzi takes the snap. And that's batted at the line. Otherwise, Carson Kent was going to be wide open. A huge play there by Shannon to knock it down. The turnover on downs. FIU still some life. They are on life support, but still breathing. Just barely. 1:44 down 10. This should be a blowout, honestly, but just not how the cookie crumbled here for Kennesaw State here today. As Carlson going down the field has a man up the sideline. And just like that, the Panthers strike as they find the end zone. Going to be 24-21 now. And it didn't take long on this drive. Thought we'd be able to at least, force them to chew some clock, but they had different plans as Carlson just cocks back, unloads that down the field for Kyle McNeil. And the Panthers now off life support, and they're kind of breathing a little bit more easy. But now, of course, it all comes down to this onside kick. Good bounce. And it is secured there by Bohannon, as that will secure the game. We're just going to go quarterback kneel. We're not going to risk any fumbles as Stanzi takes the knee. And that will do it here as we get the road win, our first road win in conference play in this dynasty, as we upset the defending Conference USA champs as they now fall behind, under 500, as they're now 3-4. Donovan Westmoreland going to be conference player of the week, I'm sure, with 6 tackles, 4 sacks, a forced fumble. Still only a junior along there with Denilius Johnson, so our 2 cornerstone players on defense more than likely going to return next season. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We could have had a better game, but I'll take the win. Wins have not been easy to come by in this Dynasty series. I think now we're 3-4, 3-5 on the year, so just our 6th win collectively through our first season and a half. And I gotta say, this one does feel good. 3-4, and don't look now, but our bowl hopes are alive if we can win 3 of our last 5. But as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.